We are Anka. Stay tuned for updated real news.
Hello, Anka Daily News viewers. Today, Beyond the Battlefields will bring you one of the critical developments at the top of Russia. In the 3 years of the Russia-Ukraine war, we've seen major changes both on the front lines and in the economic sphere. However, some recent news leaking from the Kremlin corridors point to a different threat that could change the course of the war: Russian President Vladimir Putin's health. The intense pace of the war and the ongoing crisis have strained not only the troops but also the physical and mental stamina of the leaders. Although Putin has long been seen as a strong public figure, there have been increasing rumors about his health. Even though the Kremlin administration has always maintained that Putin is in good health, internal reports point to a different picture. According to the allegations, Putin is having difficulty carrying the burden of the war due to his health problems, and his situation threatens not only the physical but also the political balance. Russian authorities are working hard to prevent news about Putin's health condition from leaking, but the protracted nature of the war makes it increasingly difficult to hide the signs of fatigue. So, how is Putin's health condition? Let's take a look at the developments together. Before getting into our report, a quick reminder. The Anka Daily News team is real. None of my team members or me are artificial intelligence. There's no doubt that AI is extremely advanced, but it's still not as good as human beings, or us for that matter. So please don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our daily reports and explanations. We do read all the comments you leave on our videos. Continue to share your ideas about our content in the comment section. Tell us in the comments what content you'd like to see on the Anka Daily News channel. So let's start if you're ready. Anka Daily News reports. Following Russian President Vladimir Putin's recent visit to a hospital, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov told the press that there were no problems with the leader's health. However, this statement is seen as part of the Kremlin's long-standing strategy of information control. According to many observers, Russia's propaganda-based policies are often deployed in times of crisis to manage public perception. The debate about Putin's state of health has grown rapidly since Moscow's invasion of Ukraine in 2022. The prolongation of the war in particular has fueled speculation about the leader's physical and psychological state. While the Kremlin emphasizes that Putin is a strong and healthy leader, leaks from behind the scenes and Western intelligence reports paint a very different picture. It's claimed that the necessity to carefully monitor the leader's health is behind the regular medical checkup in Moscow. Recent allegations about Putin's health are not limited to physical problems. In particular, the Russian army's lack of success in the war and the prolonged operations in Ukraine have increased the pressure on the Kremlin. This is said to have affected Putin's leadership performance and put him under deep stress. Putin's recent hospital visit is said to have been made to manage the physical effects of this pressure. Information from Western intelligence agencies, on the other hand, indicate that Putin is not only suffering from stress-related problems but also from serious health problems. According to reports by U.S. intelligence leaders, in April 2022, the Russian leader was being treated for advanced cancer. It's believed that this has caused the Kremlin to worry about a change of leader and that Putin's health checks have been increased for this reason. For many years, Russia's strongman image was shaped by Putin's leadership. However, the prolongation of the war and the impact of economic sanctions began to weaken this image. The Kremlin's efforts to hide Putin's health problems have intensified in order not to increase public dissatisfaction, especially now that the war is at a critical juncture. A weakened leader could change the balance of power inside and outside Russia. According to sources close to the Kremlin, following Putin's recent hospital visit, the government has launched an intensive fact-checking process to prevent rumors about his health. Russia's tight control over the media prevents the publication of news about the leader's health problems. However, claims from Western sources paint a different picture despite the Kremlin's efforts. According to Western news sources, there's a strong possibility that Putin's health problems are directly linked to the failures in the war. The protracted war is thought to have dealt a serious blow to both the Russian economy and the psychology of its leadership. Putin's physical and mental problems may have important consequences not only in Russia's domestic politics but also in the international arena. Speculations about Putin's health bring up the possibility of a possible change of leader within Russia. Although the Kremlin administration emphasizes that Putin will continue to be the leader for many years, different scenarios are being discussed backstage. According to some sources, the deterioration in Putin's health paves the way for alternative names to come to the fore in the administration. However, it remains unclear what impact these possible changes will have and how they will affect Russia's internal stability. Especially at a time of ongoing war, a change in leadership could profoundly affect both Russia's international standing and its war strategy. According to Western intelligence reports, if Putin's health problems worsen, the possibility of an escalation of the power struggle in Russia and political chaos within the Kremlin is not ruled out. Rumors about Putin's health could directly affect not only the Kremlin's information control strategy, but also the future of the war. Moscow's lack of strategic success in the war weakens both the morale of the army and the strength of the leader. If Putin's health problems worsen, it could upset the political balance within Russia and weaken Russia's position on the international stage. Now all eyes are on the Kremlin and Putin's next steps. Will the Russian leader be able to continue to lead the war? Or will his health problems lead to unexpected changes in Russia's future? The answers to these questions will become clear in the coming days. Whatever happens, the Ukrainian people remain steadfast in their support of their army, despite all the hardships of war. Despite the fighting on the front lines and the devastating impact of the Russian offensive, Ukrainians continue to resist in a spirit of national unity. This popular support for the army enables Ukraine to form a strong defense line in the war and keeps military motivation high. On the other hand, popular support in Russia is gradually eroding. The economic hardship, military losses, and lack of leadership caused by the protracted war have weakened the Russian public's trust in both the military and Putin. The Kremlin's repressive control of the media has ensured that the truth is hidden from the public. But negative news from the front lines can no longer be concealed. Growing anger and despair are fueling unrest among the Russian people. What do you think? Do you think Vladimir Putin is really sick? Will this illness affect the war? Would the Russian people support a sick Putin? Let us know in the comments. We read and care about your points of view.